Coming up, China Tzu Chi volunteers hold a tea gathering in Lanzhou, Gansu to promote Tzu Chi's ideals. We learn the origin of the Pudu Festival and how Buddhists celebrate the occasion. Welcome to Our Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. First up, in China, Tzu Chi first set foot in Gansu province in 1998 to help local residents build water cellars. Recently, to introduce the Buddhist NGO further, Tzu Chi volunteers from eastern China arrived at Lanzhou, the capital of Gansu, to join local volunteers in a tea gathering, as well as a visit to the local nursing home.
These blue and white clad brothers and sisters are all from Taiwan. People from Taiwan and China are one big family, right?
This is the first time volunteers in Gansu have visited this local nursing home, and their visit brings much needed emotional support to these senior residents. For those who cannot move around easily, the volunteers visit them in their rooms, where they send them love and care. Upon learning the volunteers are from Taiwan, this grandpa is touched. The volunteers' singing may be unfamiliar to these senior residents. However, their genuine love puts a smile on every face. This is the first event organized solely by Lanzhou volunteers. To support them, Tzu Chi volunteers from Shanghai, Suzhou, and Kunshan travel from miles away to join the event.
Today's event was a brand new experience for me. As we held the hands of the seniors, we could deeply sense that genuine communication of love and care. In the days ahead, I will continue to do the same, to care for more people in need.
Tzu Chi volunteers from Eastern China also seized the opportunity to share their experience with local volunteers. This first ever tea gathering attracted nearly 100 local residents to take part.
I hope that the volunteers in Lanzhou will soon be able to work independently. We will try our best to improve as Tzu Chi volunteers and extend the love of Tzu Chi to residents in Gansu province. This is the right thing to do.
As the events conclude on a perfect note, local volunteers vow to continue their effort in spreading seeds of love and recruiting countless living bodhisattvas here in Gansu province.
Moving to the Philippines, Tzu Chi volunteers continue to distribute rice from Taiwan to needy families all around the nation. In Navotas City, residents who turned up to receive rice from Tzu Chi also brought PET bottles to donate, while in Tondo District, Manila, the two-day rice distribution saw over 1,300 families receive the much-needed aid. Carrying a 20-kilo bag of rice on her shoulder, Juanita Rosagaran, a resident of Tondo, Manila, is delighted to receive this aid from Tzu Chi.
Sometimes we have food to eat, but other times we have to starve. My husband doesn't earn a lot, so only when he comes home will we have money to use.
Another resident, Melvin Capistrano, whose family of four only eats one meal a day, shares half of his rice with his poor neighbors.
Life is hard, but we are doing all right. I still have food to eat.
Local residents are grateful upon learning that the rice they received came from Taiwan. In the two-day rice distribution held in Tondo District, some 1,300 families arrived to receive aid. A senator who came to take part was surprised to see how organized the event was.
This is my first time participating. They're so organized.
The mayor of Manila made a surprise visit on the second day and expressed his gratitude to Tzu Chi.
Thankful for the Tzu Chi Foundation for going out of their way to come here to Manila and to help our less fortunate people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is a huge help to us.
Beginning in 2011, Tzu Chi volunteers in the Philippines regularly hold rice distributions to help the needy. This year, volunteers plan to hand out rice to 100,000 families. In the more remote city of Navotas, residents bring plastic bottles to the rice distribution as they hope to give a little of their love to those in greater need.
The donation and love we give to Tzu Chi will go around. It is just like karma. When you give, you will gain much more in return, and I only gave a little.
The seeds of love planted by Tzu Chi are not only flourishing, but also taking root in the hearts of many residents. Next, in Malaysia, we meet Tzu Chi care recipient Ms. Wei, who lives with her daughter in a ramshackle house on the outskirts of Kuala Lumpur. Seeing the harsh living conditions of this family, Tzu Chi volunteers decided to take action and help them clean and rebuild their home.
The house of the Wei family here on the outskirts of Kuala Lumpur is just barely standing, as both walls and roof are close to rotting away. Here to do something about that are volunteers from Tzu Chi's Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter.
Here and there, it leaks the worst there. When it leaks, everything gets wet and stays that way until the sun dries it off.
When we first came here, we saw how their ceiling was really rotten through. In some places, the ceiling looked ready to fall in. She usually sits here. I asked her if she was worried. She said she was used to it. Their living room table is just a plywood sheet that she put on the arms of a chair.
To help, 40 volunteers were mobilized. As a team, they tackled jobs from cleaning and electrical rewiring to building and repainting walls and roof.
The roof is at a big angle. The volunteers had to get up there to sweep away the leaves. We were afraid the roof would collapse as the wood is all eaten through. Also, right there was a tree that left many of the volunteers with scratch marks.
She's mentally challenged, so she doesn't clean up like she should. Seeing their home, we knew we had to do something.
The more people, the easier it is. With just one person, it would be difficult.
A new colored TV and furniture put the finishing touches on the job.
Yesterday it started to rain, but I wasn't afraid. I want to thank all of you. Everyone has been so enthusiastic and warm and so caring of my child.
At the end of the day, everyone joins in song in celebration of a job well done and the new life ahead for this family.
In the year of 2000, the first overseas Gansu Books and Cafe was established in Penang, Malaysia. In spite of the hardships Tzu Chi volunteers went through at its inception, all of them were determined to spread Master Zheng Yan's words of wisdom to members of the public. To date, there are 21 Gansu Books and Cafe in Malaysia and 99 stores worldwide.
Walking on Lebu Pentai, one of the oldest streets in Georgetown, Penang, one can instantly feel the rich history of its surrounding buildings. And among the store is a Gansu Books and Cafe. This place is also the first overseas Gansu Books and Cafe. On August 11, 2000, the first overseas Gansu Books and Cafe was established in Malaysia's Penang. As the dominant religion in the country is Islam, it was difficult to ship the Gansu publications from Taiwan because the government was not sure of its content. Very soon, the volunteers found out that books were missing from shipments as a result of censorship. After gaining approval from local government officials, Malaysia Tzu Chi volunteers Guo Jihang started to put Gansu publications in local bookstores. Unfortunately, these books of wisdom were mostly put in the corner or beside fortune teller books. It was then the thought of establishing a Gansu Books and Cafe came to Guo.
纪行他的心愿呐，期待的人人呢，能在这样很干净的书里面，那一个字一句话，就如为地一样的点点滴滴呀，汇成了一股清流，能洗涤人的心啊。 哪怕呢人的心地很傲热，他也希望呢像雨露一样的滋润着他。
Inside the Jingsi Books and Cafe, members of the public can always find a book that suits their mood. Through community events and spiritual workshops, local volunteers have inspired many locals to embrace the Tzu Chi publications. Furthermore, Malaysia Tzu Chi volunteers set up booths in hospitals and night markets as they hope to share these books of wisdoms with more people. With determination and sincerity on the volunteers' part, many local residents have started to embrace the Jingsi publications.
Every month, senior volunteers will ask us to hold a seminar for them so that they can familiarize themselves with all the Jingsi products. After the seminar, they can then better encourage members of the public to purchase our products. I am truly touched by their determination.
Over the years, Jingsi Books and Cafe has become the iconic brand of Tzu Chi, with 21 stores in Malaysia and 99 stores worldwide. No one would have imagined that a simple thought could have led to the establishment of so many bookstores, thus changing so many people's lives.
Trees are the oldest living thing on this planet. However, due to economic development in the past century, the world's tree population has been reduced by 50%. Next, we meet Zhang Meihui, who set aside her job in the financial world to be the voice of trees in her community and eventually all of Taiwan. Here's more.
These are my good friends. I refer to them as my tree friends. As long as I am with them, I am happy.
Always speaking passionately about trees, today Zhang Meihui is heading to her first destination, Taichung's Love Home, a home for the disabled.
They have cut down 60-some trees. These trees didn't die from sickness but were killed, all because the government was afraid the tree roots would extend into the buildings.
In 2012, the local government wanted to remove all the Alstonia scalaris trees around the facility for safety concerns, causing Zhang to stand up for her tree friends. She researched information to show that the move was against citizens' civil rights and was thus able to save some of the trees.
This row of trees that we saved is very beautiful. I really love them. They haven't done anything wrong to warrant them being cut down.
From that moment on, Zhang, who worked in finance, decided to be the voice for Taiwan's tree population.
This is a very lonely road. My friends thought there was something wrong with me. I feel there are things on this earth that are more important than making money. I want to protect my home, even though I've expanded the definition of home.
For Zhang, who grew up in the mountains of Jiayi County, trees fill her memory of home. Thus, she gave up her comfortable lifestyle to roam the streets looking to see if any tree needs her help.
This park is unbearable. See how they've cut this tree, treating a coast she oak like a hedge type.
She travels long distances to document a tree's victimization, as she hopes to share these misfortunes with more people.
I always have my camera with me when I go places, and I'm never looking at anything else but my tree friends.
Zhang also established a tree hugger association and constantly updates information on the webpage, reminding everyone to care for the tree friends in their lives.
I think we can reach 10,000 fans on the page tomorrow. I'm really excited as I spent a lot of time updating the information and taking pictures. Look here, they didn't even remove the plastic bag from the tree before reburying it. Wow, I didn't know I have 2 tree identification books.
In order to better communicate with fellow enthusiasts, Zhang has had to learn more about dendrology, the science and study of wooded plants.
Baobab. Oh, so that's what a baobab leaf looks like. Nowadays, there are many experts on the internet. I will often take a picture and post the caption, "Guess what this is?" But actually, it's because I don't know what it is.
事实上是我根本就不认识那个树。
The fan club is not only a gathering place for tree huggers, but also serves as a platform for lovers of trees to be able to speak their minds.
Teachers will report to me that their school has been cutting down trees and such. I've become the police department to which crimes against trees are being reported. In the future, I hope to establish a foundation to further help my green friends. If you take care of your family, then others will respect your family as well.
Also in Taiwan, at a tea gathering organized by the Geelong Tzu Chi volunteers, care recipients were also invited to attend. And for those with difficulty in movement, volunteers even thoughtfully arranged transportation to the event. Let's take a look.
Volunteers carefully accompany this grandmother off a cart as she slowly makes her way into a local community center where Tzu Chi is hosting its tea gathering.
Some of them have trouble walking, but we have invited them all nevertheless. We have a group of volunteers that is on standby to pick up anyone that needs assistance.
In addition to a team of drivers, volunteers also prepare a team of sign language translators so that those hearing impaired care recipients won't feel left out during the event.
The words that they see on the screen are different from their personal understanding, so we need to use translation as a way to allow them to dive deeper into the story and its content.
The night's activities are not only a time to tighten the bonds between volunteers and care recipients, but also a time for care recipients to learn once again the meaning of gratitude.
As Pudu Festival, which falls on the 15th day of the 7th lunar month, is just around the corner, for the next 3 days we will bring you stories related to this traditional holiday. In the first of our reports, we learn how this long-standing tradition is celebrated by both Buddhists and Taoists and the origin behind the festival.
This is one of Taipei City's most visited temples, Xingtian Temple, which is visited by over 6 million believers each year. The temple is home to the essential 3 teachings of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism. Of the 7 precepts followed at the temple, one stipulates that the burning of just paper is forbidden.
The act of burning just paper is actually not found in the original Buddhist scriptures.
Based on the teachings of the Xingtian Temple, the squandering of paper is considered a misdeed. Hence, during the early days of its construction, the temple promoted the message of no burning of just paper to the members of the public.
Burning just paper for the deities is like bribing government officials. When we are praying for blessings and prosperity and burning just paper for the gods, isn't this like bribing the gods?
Hence, Xingtian Temple does not perform Pudu rituals. Instead, the temple encourages believers to honor the gods through moral righteousness and virtue.
The best way to communicate with the gods is with a pious heart, a pure mind and righteous character.
Since Buddhism and Taoism have come closer together in their rituals here in Taiwan, the true meaning of Pudu has changed, with many people coming to observe this day of the Ghost Festival.
Paper gold ingots are offered to celestial gods.
Where did the custom of burning just paper originate from? During the Eastern Han Dynasty, a man named Cai Lun invented paper, and the idea of burning paper money as an offering to the deceased or deities gradually grew. In Taoism, it is believed that just paper can be used as a bribe for deceased spirits to get reincarnated early.
Folk religion led people to believe that if they burned just paper, such monetary offerings could bring them luck, and it was believed that it could cure all evils.
And the burning of just paper as part of the Pudu ritual is considered a peace offering to the spirits of the deceased.
It's often believed that one's illness comes from the deceased seeking vengeance on the living, and by burning just paper, it's a kind of peace offering for them to stop the torment.
Not only does burning joss paper create pollution, it also creates waste. The belief that making animal offerings brings peace and prosperity is in fact derived from the primitive traditions of blood worship.
用这个牲畜来替代
Animal offerings represented a believer's pity in exchange for good fortune and good health.
身体也好，所以他要杀生。
Academics and religious scholars believe the 7th lunar month to be a month of auspiciousness and filial piety. Thus, they discourage members of the public from making animal offerings or burning joss paper, and instead encourage them to cultivate personal virtue.
The best way to honor the gods is be virtuous and righteous. This way is more accepting to the gods, bodhisattvas, and our ancestors.
自己的命运握在自己手。
You hold the key to your own destiny. The improvement of virtue will bring you much more merit and blessings than by simply offering material enticements.
To help the general public recognize that the 7th lunar month is in fact an auspicious month, Hong Kong and Shanghai Tzu Chi volunteers organize blessing ceremonies in their local communities and encourage participants to observe the month by embracing a vegetarian diet.
How to reach universal salvation during the 7th lunar month, this group chose to start by embracing vegetarianism. Advocating the correct manner in which to celebrate this month of auspiciousness, Hong Kong Tzu Chi volunteers organized a blessing ceremony and invited community members to take part. Cui Yu-yi has been a regular participant of this event for many years now.
I attended the event last year and now again this year. I will still adopt a bamboo coin bank, and this year I'm going to take extra vegetarian pledge cards for my family. I hope they will join me in adopting a vegetarian diet. It's healthier too.
Local residents all signed vegetarian pledge cards, hoping to change their diet for the better.
I used to eat a lot of meat, but now I hope I can eat at least 1 or 2 vegetarian meals each week because I think vegetarianism has great health benefits.
I will work hard for the sake of our planet and encourage more people to take on vegetarianism.
Meanwhile, the blessing ceremony at the Changfeng Liaison Office in Shanghai, many local residents donated their bamboo coin banks, and through a short play, volunteers encouraged participants to adopt vegetarianism.
Rather than praying to the Buddha, why don't we try to become someone else's Buddha or Savior? My wife and I are vegetarian, and it's a great way to form good affinities with sentient beings.
Since I became a vegetarian in July 2009, I have less health problems, which goes to show a vegetarian diet has its health benefits.
As the temperature on this day soared to 42 degrees Celsius, Tzu Chi volunteers seized the opportunity to encourage the public to reduce their carbon footprints through a vegetarian diet.
As Mother's Day is celebrated on August 12th in Thailand, Tzu Chi volunteers arrived at a local school to spend the day with New Shoot Scholarship students and their parents. As most parents here have busy work schedules, volunteers hope to bring the students and parents closer to each other through the day's event. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.